Well, this is Damien Dunlap. I'll be doing probably an update maybe every other week. Um, so I have two serious problems. Okay, one of them I was diagnosed probably 2 years ago. Yeah, the primary I can't pronounce the last Aldosteronism, whatever. What initially had happened. Let me click this and just play this in the background so the screen will.
Primary
There
aldosteronism
you go.
is the topic. And before we get started, I think it's important to talk a little bit about aldosterone. What exactly is it?
So, um, first, the doctor, my primary doctor said, people like you, this was in Long Beach, VA, said they would lift weights a lot. Y'all have, sometime your kidneys readings don't come back properly. So he sent me to, I don't know the proper term of the kidney doctor, whatever his name is, professional name is. So I went to see them. Was with him for about 3 months, and they said we're gonna do a scan. And when they did the scan, and this is what they found out. So also during that scan, I don't know if it was that scan or the scan I went when my pressure was high. It was my pressure went high the day before Christmas, and they told me I had a heart attack and a stroke. This wasn't due to this. It's something else. So I'm just gonna give you all my try to remember, try to go in order. Yeah. So I have this, and when I found out, I have always been having gout since I was like 28. So that's a uric acid. That seemed like one of the causes of this. So um, in Long Beach, and this was exactly what the surgeon did. She said, lift your shirt up. Okay, we're going to schedule you for an appointment. So when they scheduled me for the appointment, I said, you know what? I'm gonna give me a second opinion. So, and I was moving up here, so I said, I'm gonna switch doctors to Las Vegas. Excuse me, make sure. So I live in Las Vegas now. First, I was living in Carson, California. Then I moved to Las Vegas, so I switched doctors, which I shouldn't have done. So when I get to this doctor, getting a second opinion, she says we can keep it at bay with medicine, and I'm gonna tell you the medicine with the side effects. Let me tell you right now. And I'm gonna be saying this. I'm gonna tell you what it start with an S, and I want to give you the proper name. But the side effects to that medicine is estrogen. Yeah. So it's SPIRONOCLATONE. Right? They want me to take half of this. Right? Before this, if you want to do all these tests, they wanted me to drink a whole bunch of salt. When I know too much salt make my pressure go up. So I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to intentionally make my pressure go high, but they want you to do some kind of weird test on you that may cause me to have another stroke or heart attack. When you have a stroke, you 70% chance of getting another stroke. I looked that up, and that's what one of the doctors told me. So, but these specialists, other specialists want you to test to confirm it. So if you see a growth on my kidney, what you need to confirm, right? I'm on, I think, five um, pressure medicines. Okay, so out here, like I said, in Long Beach, the VA, they was going to do the surgery. I get out here, they can't do the surgery here. They have to refer it to a VA in San Francisco. They specialize in this. I'm like, wait a minute, I can just I'm even better off than that. So I'm talking to this lady. She says, "Oh, okay, yo, whatever is high." I'm talking to the lady on the phone, so she never seen me in person. So I don't have no excessive big fat gut where my belly's hanging all over. I'm like a firm individual. So she's like, so based on my weight and whatever, I'm extremely obese, right? But if you ever see me, you can see it's not. I've been lifting weights all my life, so I got a lot of muscle buildup. That's why the surgeon in Long Beach was going to do the surgery. So this lady on the phone telling the doctor out here, based on some BMI bullshit, I need to lose 30 pounds. So I said, it's good. And my mind said, I need to lose 30 pounds anyway. I don't need to be this big, right? And that's where the situation problem is. Okay, so anyway, um, I see my primary doctor in, I think, January, late January, if I'm not mistaken, late January. She says this is the second issue I have. Your PSI level is high. I'm going to refer you to a urologist. That's what I'm sure that's the professional name. Refer you to the urologist. So uh, the community care, that's what they call it. That's when you go outside the VA, right? Because I found out they don't have a lot of doctors, specialists for prostate. I think they have two, right? They have two at the VA. And there's many people at the VA that has prostate problems. So community care calls me and says, or the center says, "Oh, we can't do this," and I kind of like, "Wow," and I didn't know the reason. And the reason being, they ran out of, I guess, funds, whatever, at that particular time. So I had to wait for the see the urologist at the, excuse me, I hope I'm telling this right. Yeah, I had to see the word urologist. Yeah. Wait, let me take this back. This me to see the urologist at the VA hospital. They're gonna send me to a urologist outside the VA hospital. I had to wait to see the one at the VA hospital all until August, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Right. So 5 to 6 months later, I have to wait. Then they do a biopsy. That's another story. I'm gonna tell that story too, between that and the biopsy, whatever you pronounce it. 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, they call and says, "Oh," the man called me on the phone and said, "I'm sorry to confirm that you positive with prostate, and we'll make an appointment to come in." So that actually appointment went pretty quick. I think that was 2 weeks later, and so I went to go see him. My sister flew down, was sitting there with me, and they was this is the between them 2 weeks, I'm looking at everything on the internet. So she's sitting down and we listening. So I asked the man a few questions. He says, "And if you do it here, we could take your prostate out, but these are the side effects. You know, like if they take your prostate out, they
If you've been diagnosed with prostate cancer, you may feel upset.
yeah, I was upset. So they excuse me, like telling me if they take it out and also doing a renal, so they take your prostate out, you still gonna have some problems, urination problems, movement on self problems, right, and a certain percentage some other problems. If what then he told me they have like two other situations they can do. What I found out they have three ready for the radiation. One, they put these pellets. Another one, they put the thing over you and you do the radiation. The problem with that, they do that, each of them have their negative things that it might harm your other organs, make your bladder weak. And the same thing, you be getting up 3 or 4 times a night peeing. The other pellet thing sounding less complicated, but then you got these pellets in your system that might come out the tip of your penis. And he says, "Oh, if you have any, that's what you have to use a condom because the pellet might come into the lady's vagina." Oh, but that's what that. But you got them pellets, you don't know when they coming out, and you might feel okay for like the first 2 weeks. After that, you might for the next 5 or 6 months, something like that. Don't quote them on it. You can find the same information. So let me give you the proper term of that. Oh, radiation therapy, prostate cancer. I got all these things. That guy was really um, informative. But to do that, it's not easy. It don't kind of sound easy. You got to take some stuff. You got to empty your bladder out. You got to do all this stuff. Each one. That was the pellet and the regular. The other one, that was the one. It was one for 28 days. You go besides the holidays and the weekend. You get radiation treatment. The other one you do in 5 days, but you got to go in there. They put something between your rectum and your prostate so they keep you from, you know, I guess the side effects before you was boo-booing on yourself, having diarrhea. So that cuts that on that. Um, you do radiation 5 days. So I'm in my mind, I sound like you get a high dose of radiation for 5 days. So that's the one I'm gonna look up. Um, but if they just pinpointed it to the prostate, so I got some research to do, right? So and then I'm gonna let you know, what's going on because I seen this guy share this information. It really helped me a lot. So, but everybody's different. That guy was 20 some years older than me. Um, so um, the doctor suggests I do this, but I'm just telling you, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to. I seen some people online. They juiced it, and but I know I got to get that tumor off of my kidneys to keep my pressure high because I'm not gonna be taking something to increase your estrogen in your body. So I'm gonna get that removed. That's my goal. Then unless my stuff spreading, but I'm gonna check my PSA level. So if you 40, you need to check your pH levels. Also, a lot of these things comes from your body inflamed. So uh, also every 3 weeks, I'm gonna get my blood work done. I'm gonna pay for myself. I found a place to get your blood work for $40 to $50 to get your blood work for the PSA and the test. I think it was $60. So I'm gonna do that every 3 weeks, and if I can keep my numbers down, I'm not gonna be rushing to do no radiation treatment. I'm gonna try to do just juicing, salads, raw as possible. So um, that's what I'm going to gear to do. So if you want the kind of people that don't go to the hospital, you need to go to the hospital. Let me click on this. Subscribe to this. You need to. Yeah, this is what they was talking about right here. This machine right here. Well, I've seen a few different kind of online. Um, yeah. So that's my plan. To check on my PSA level, make sure it's not going high. If it do go high, I'm gonna have to make my appointment. It seems like they can get me in there within a week or two. But I'm gonna try to give myself probably 2 or 3 months to see how this work out and keep my PS level at bay. Ain't no rush. But eventually, hopefully I ain't got to do this. But this one particular individual I've been watching. You know, herbal guy, a healthy guy. He had his removed. He looked real healthy and young now. But there was some people I saw that they had, went natural and raw, and they had no, you know, situations. Some of them went away. The cancer cells went away. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen in this video, and then probably be back next week. But for sure, every other week I'm gonna give you an update. Yeah. Have a wonderful day.